Josh Rawitch is a lifelong Dodgers fan. He's turned his passion for baseball and people into a career, one that's taken him all the way from Chatsworth to Cooperstown. And with last week's Hall of Fame election still fresh on our minds, Painter Lopez caught up with the new president of the Baseball Hall of Fame to talk about this next chapter, his LA roots, and of course, Big Papi.
And you, of course, are a Southern California native and worked for the Dodgers as their Vice President of Communications before you got to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. So congratulations again on the job. As we can see you sitting there in Cooperstown, what is it like to walk into that office every day?
It's unbelievable. I mean, to think that literally where we're sitting right now in the plaque gallery is just a handful of steps away from where my actual desk is, I think is probably any childhood baseball fan's just lifelong dream. You just never actually think it's going to happen. And here we are sitting in Cooperstown. It's really been an amazing journey out here. You
know, we talk about you having worked for the Dodgers for so long. What was it about that job, perhaps, that prepared you to be president of the Hall of Fame?
When you spend 15 years at the Dodgers like I did, and before that, I guess 18 more years as a fan growing up, you really understand how much the history matters, how much the people matter. I got a chance to kind of come up originally through the O'Malley ownership and really understand what a culture was like and how to have one of these best places to work.
Now you talk about Big Papi and the big personality that he is. What do you make of him being the lone guy to get in a first ballot Hall of Famer, and what you can expect from him this summer?
You know, it was interesting. Obviously, the debate has raged on now for 10 years on several other candidates who didn't make it in, and we understand why. There are people with very strong opinions on both sides. I think it's going to be a really great year. I think David's going to kind of bring the party to Cooperstown, no doubt. And I think we'll just kind of have to see what happens now with the era committees for those who didn't make it in this last time.
Of course, the big names, Barry Bonds, Kurt Schilling, Roger Clemens, who were on their final year of the 10 years. What do you make of that? Did the voters get it right? Did they get it wrong? And how do you guys see that in Cooperstown?
You know, what's funny is we really don't look at it as a right or wrong. We look at it as their choice. We respect that every voter has a different perspective. Everybody has a different view of what the character clause means and whether the statistics are right in each case. And I think we feel like over the course of 80 plus years, it's been right far more than it's been wrong.
When people from Southern California go to Cooperstown and they take the tour, some of them with you, some of them on their own, I know you get out some memorabilia, especially that you know they would love. What do you have there today that Dodger fans would love?
So I brought a couple things for people to look at here as you take a peek at the plaque gallery. So this here is actually a ticket stub from that 4-homer game. September 18th, 2006, just an unbelievable off Trevor Hoffman, really crazy. You just don't expect something like that's going to happen. And then going back to my childhood in 1988, we've got a bottle of 1988 National League Championship champagne that I guess never got opened and I'm sure is not drinkable anymore.
You do a lot of fun stuff on social media. You show everybody a little bit of your office and things that you're doing. What is it about, that are you trying to sort of modernize the role a little bit, and if so, why, and how fun is that for you?
Everyone has this place on their bucket list, but my goal is to try to move it from the bucket list to the to-do list to the checked off list. And so I think showing people that there's more than just the plaque gallery, more than just the museum, that there's all these amazing things in Cooperstown. They do a great job here already of that, but I have been trying to just do as much as I can to keep us relevant, make sure that we're reaching people like my son, like my daughter, who are living on social media 24/7. I want them to be able to experience it the same way that I experienced it, but they just see it through different eyes.
Josh Rawitch, truly one of the best to come out of LA. If you know him, you know that. And great stuff by Jill as well.